Imagine walking through the streets of England in 1905. The smell of hot beef fat, fresh bread, and slow-cooked stews fills the air. Factory workers hurry to work with simple meals in their hands, while families gather around tiny kitchen tables, eating dishes that kept Britain alive for generations. These weren't famous restaurant meals. They were the foods ordinary people ate every single day. Today, almost all of them have disappeared. These are 12 forgotten British dishes that once fed millions, but are now almost lost to history. When people think of British food, they picture fish and chips, Sunday roast, or a full English breakfast. But Britain looked very different over 100 years ago. Long before supermarkets and frozen meals, every region had its own everyday dishes, cheap, filling, and made to survive hard times. Some were created from leftovers, others from ingredients most people wouldn't even consider eating today. Let's travel back to the Britain of the early 1900s and rediscover 12 meals history almost forgot. Imagine waking up in England in 1905, opening the kitchen cupboard, and the most valuable thing inside wasn't bread or meat, it was a small bowl of beef fat. That breakfast had a name, dripping on toast. After every Sunday roast, families carefully collected the melted beef fat and let it cool overnight. By Monday morning, it had turned into a rich, creamy spread. Thick slices of toast were covered with dripping, often topped with a pinch of salt or the flavorful meat jelly left at the bottom of the bowl. It wasn't a luxury, it was survival. For factory workers, coal miners, and schoolchildren, this simple meal provided enough energy to face long, exhausting days, and it cost almost nothing. Then everything changed. Refrigerators arrived, supermarkets filled with butter and margarine, doctors began warning people about animal fat, and the humble dripping bowl quietly disappeared from British kitchens. Before peanut butter, before canned soup, millions of people in northern England survived on a thick yellow paste that could last for days. It was called Pease Pudding, made from split yellow peas slowly boiled with a ham hock until they became smooth and creamy. It was one of Britain's oldest everyday foods. Street vendors in places like Newcastle and Durham spread it onto fresh bread, often with slices of boiled bacon, creating a meal that was cheap, filling, and packed with energy. There was even a famous rhyme every child knew. Pease pudding hot, pease pudding cold, pease pudding in the pot, 9 days old. And that wasn't an exaggeration. Families really kept the same pot for days, reheating it again and again because wasting food simply wasn't an option. But as Britain modernized, fresh convenience foods replaced these slow-cooked traditions. The street vendors disappeared, eating habits changed, and pease pudding slowly faded from everyday life. Today you can still find it in a few places in northern England, but the meal that once fed millions has become little more than a forgotten memory.
Believe it or not, one of London's favourite meals was eels. In the early 1900s, the Thames was full of them. They were slowly cooked until tender, served with mashed potatoes and a bright green parsley sauce called liquor. Hundreds of pie and mash shops sold this meal every single day to factory workers and dock labourers. But pollution, overfishing, and changing tastes brought an end to the tradition. Today, only a few shops remain, preserving the taste of a London that no longer exists. What if your entire breakfast could be cooked in less than 5 minutes? That was the idea behind Hasty Pudding. Made from flour or oatmeal mixed with boiling milk or water, it was one of the quickest meals a family could prepare. If they were lucky, they added a little treacle. If not, they ate it plain. It wasn't exciting, but it filled empty stomachs before long days in factories and mines. Then, boxed cereals took over breakfast tables. The meal that once started Britain's mornings quietly disappeared forever. Some meals weren't cooked in minutes. They were cooked all day. In England's Black Country, families filled a pot with groats, onions, leeks, and cheap cuts of beef before leaving for work. Hours later, they returned to a rich, slow-cooked stew packed with flavor. It was proof that patience could turn the simplest ingredients into something unforgettable. But modern life moved too fast for meals like this. Today, Groaty Pudding survives only as a rare tradition, remembered by a few, forgotten by almost everyone else. How could the same dish be loved by both peasants and nobles? The answer was Flummery. Poor families made it from soaked oats and milk, a simple, filling pudding. Wealthy households transformed it with cream, almonds, sugar, and rose water into an elegant dessert served at grand banquets. Two completely different worlds, connected by one dish. But as modern desserts became fashionable, Flummery slowly vanished from both. Today, its name survives, but the dish itself has almost disappeared from history. Long before instant noodles or stock cubes, Britain had already invented instant soup. It was called portable soup. Beef or veal was boiled for hours until it became a thick, solid cake that could last for months. Whenever someone needed a hot meal, they simply dropped a piece into boiling water, and within minutes, it turned back into rich broth. The British Navy carried it across oceans. Explorers depended on it during dangerous expeditions. Then commercial products like Bovril and stock cubes replaced it. The world's first instant soup became history, long before the modern world realized how clever it truly was. This may have the strangest name on this list, but it was once the most beautiful dish on the table. Salamongundy wasn't just food, it was edible artwork. Chicken, cured meats, anchovies, eggs, herbs, and pickled vegetables were carefully arranged into colorful patterns, with every household creating its own unique design. It impressed guests before they even took the first bite. But changing food fashions ended the tradition, and eventually even its unusual name faded from everyday life. A masterpiece once admired at dinner tables now survives only in old history books. Chicken, leeks, and prunes. It sounds like an unusual combination today, but Cock-a-Leekie Soup was once one of Britain's most loved comfort foods. An old hen was slowly simmered with fresh leeks for hours, creating a rich broth. Then sweet prunes were added, giving the soup a surprising balance of sweet and savory flavors. The recipe reflected an important rule of old Britain: nothing was ever wasted. As modern farming changed and traditional ingredients disappeared, the original recipe slowly faded away. Today, the soup still exists, but the version that fed generations has almost been forgotten. You've heard the phrase, "Eat humble pie," but it wasn't just a saying, it was a real meal. After royal hunts, the finest cuts of deer went to the wealthy, while the liver, heart, kidneys, and other organs, the umbles, were given to servants and poor families. They turned them into rich, hearty pies that wasted nothing. For centuries, it was ordinary British cooking. Then prosperity changed people's tastes, and offal slowly disappeared from dinner tables. The phrase survived, but the pie that gave it life almost vanished forever. Before the River Thames became famous for its landmarks, it was famous for its food. One of its greatest dishes was Water Souchy. Fresh fish caught that very morning were gently simmered with parsley, onions, and a little salt, creating a light broth that tasted of the river itself. Londoners travelled to riverside taverns just to enjoy a bowl while watching boats drift by. Then pollution changed everything. The fish disappeared, the taverns closed, and one of Britain's freshest meals faded into history. Today, Water Souchy is remembered by very few, but it once captured the true flavour of the Thames. Imagine an entire city celebrating the arrival of one tiny fish. Every spring, millions of whitebait filled the Thames estuary, and London came alive. Families, writers, politicians, even government ministers traveled by boat to enjoy freshly caught whitebait, lightly fried, and served with bread, butter, and lemon. It wasn't just a meal, it was a tradition. But pollution ended the whitebait season, and frozen imports replaced the fresh catch. The fish still exists, but the celebration that made it famous has disappeared forever. These weren't luxury meals. They were the breakfasts, lunches, and dinners that helped ordinary people survive. Every recipe told a story of hard work, family, and making the most of what little they had. As Britain changed, these dishes slowly disappeared, but they remain a reminder of a world built on resilience, not abundance. Which of these forgotten dishes surprised you the most? Tell us in the comments. And if your family still remembers an old recipe that's disappearing with time, share it below, because every forgotten meal deserves to have its story remembered.